Greetings, August 19th, 11:59 p.m. This is Okanagan Lake, Sanoka. Naramata is in the distance, and this little fellow might be wondering where can he get some relief from the smoke. Here we are looking at NASA's World View over top of Okanagan Lake, and all the smoke has saturated the valleys. It's sunk down to the low areas. We're zooming out now, taking a look at North America and our part of the world, and that's the problem. All these fires are sending plumes of smoke out over the Rockies and into the prairies. There's a large spiraling weather system to the west of us. There's another weather system to the east of us, and we're in this sort of high pressure trough in the middle with doldrums, winds not going too many places. It is coming primarily from the north, moving to the southeast. It's combining with the smoke from Washington State, and what we have is great tracts of forest that become dense. They get hit with lightning and other causes, and they burn. And imagine this going on for millions of years. Probably starts enhancing the fertility of the prairies and some of the agricultural areas. I know we lost 1.2 million hectares last year, 2017. I haven't got an official figure yet from BC Wildfire. They may have released that to the media. But this is going to be an ongoing tally because there are a few weeks left in the wildfire season. Last year, it was about the middle of September, the rain started coming in. We are looking at an image of northern British Columbia. This has a different weather system, and what's happening in the central part and what's happening in the north are almost separated. There's a band between the two. You can see it here. The fires up in the northeast are flowing to the east, and the fire around Telegraph Creek seems to have a little bit of western movement, and the smoke isn't really going too many places. It's settling in the valleys. For the rest of the province, it starts at the top of your screen. That's the Nechako Plateau. These fires have been raging up there. There's been a lot of random patterning in the IFR, as well as some control signatures which may indicate ignitions. And a lot of that smoke is kind of rolling towards Highway 97, and then it flows in a wind channel right into the interior. It picks up with smoke that's in Washington State, and now smoke that's coming from Vancouver Island, and it's just causing a dense haze of particulate matter. If we look at Vancouver Island over on the northwestern shore, we can see where the smoke is coming from Tweedsmuir, and then it goes to the very tip of Vancouver Island and stops and comes back down between the island and the mainland. But if you look down at the lower left-hand portion of your screen, Seattle and the Olympic Peninsula, they've got their own weather system. The smoke is out offshore. So for this little fellow, he's getting it from a lot of different directions. It's coming down these valleys from Revelstoke, the Nechako Plateau, and on the western breezes that are bringing it from the coast. So head for the hills. These are the mountain peaks and hilltops around the Okanagan. Probably see blue sky up above. Let's jump over to Windy, just take a quick look at the province. The general flow is from the north to the south. Over on the eastern side, the winds are coming from the east. And it looks like a bit of a wind event around Waterton Lakes, just to the west of Waterton Lakes, 25 kilometers an hour coming from the northeast. Then if we jump over to the other side of the province, it's coming from the south at 8 kilometers an hour. Moving up north to the Prince George area. This is at start of the flow southwards, 5 kilometers an hour from the northeast right at Prince George. That's favorable considering those new starts that were to the west of Prince George and along Highway 16. And if we jump down to the Okanagan, to the Karameas area, the receiving end of this smoke trail, 8 kilometers an hour coming from the north. Meanwhile, at Telegraph Creek, the wind is coming from the northwest, 3 kilometers an hour, barely perceptible, And if we move over to the northeast section, Fort St. John, Fort Nelson, we're looking at 5 kilometers an hour coming from the south. Is there any chance for that stuff that falls from the sky? Not really. The weather pattern that we were hoping for about 5 days ago, that's drifted further north. And what's in the weather forecast? Let's go to the center of the universe. We'll take a look at Vedette. There's not much change. There's going to be some gusts, that 3 o'clock breeze coming every day. The wind's going to be coming from the north, and then it'll shift to the east. Then it'll meander from the south, then the north again. We might be looking at a bit of a wind event on Thursday in the afternoon. Could go up to 40 kilometers an hour in the gusts, so be careful of that. It says here it might be coming from the northeast, but depends on where you are in the province. You might experience that or might be coming from a different direction. It indicates there may be change. There is the IFR up till 10:45 p.m. August 19th. This is in that 6 to 12 hour period, the most recent activity. There are flare-ups that happen in the afternoon and the heat of the day, so there's more activity, more volatility. Nothing standing out at me that has drastically moved. If an area has high volatility, it picks up a bit of a breeze, it will throw sparks. So be vigilant. Report fires at star 5555 and know your position, know where the wind is coming from, have your resources ready, check the BC wildfire and your regional district's alerts. Thank you very much for watching. Keep your nose to the breeze.